Come on, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pleb is back in tonight's report. Well, the left has sent George Clooney to officially end Joe Biden's career as Joe Biden makes his way to his big boy press conference. As well, tonight, Trump issues a challenge to Joe Biden, a $1 million golf challenge, and it's absolutely hilarious. And in our last story of the night, Justin Trudeau sends his Liberal minister to a First Nations conference, and he gets absolutely cooked in the greatest clip you will see today. You won't want to miss tonight's story. Stick around. Before we start tonight's report, are you fed up of the radical left? Are you fed up of extremists like Justin Trudeau and Joe Biden? Well, if the answer is yes, smash the subscribe button because you're going to love this channel. Welcome to your Thursday report. Now, I laughed a little too hard putting this newscast together, so I think you guys are in for a really fun show. Tonight's report starts with Joe Biden, who the press secretaries in the United States this week announced that Joe Biden is on his way to go to a big boy press conference. Watch.
And you'll certainly hear from the president on Thursday when he gives his press conference, his big boy press conference, as your colleague Justin has stated.
What is a big boy press conference? And big boy press conference wasn't some kind of mistake because John Kirby is using the same line.
The president will hold a press conference, I guess a big boy press conference, is what we're calling it, and take some questions from y'all.
That's what we're calling it.
Guess a big boy press conference is what we're calling it, and take some questions from y'all.
Nothing gives reassurance and hope for your country like the press secretary essentially infantilizing the president. What the heck is going on? And regarding this big boy press conference, I was able to acquire some leaked footage of Joe Biden heading to his big boy press conference, and this is what it looked like.
I'm a big kid, look what I can do. I can wear big kid pants too, and I can pull them off and on. I'm a big kid now.
Yes, you are, Joe. You are a big kid now. And I was also able to acquire more leaked footage of Biden preparing for his big boy press conference, and this one comes via Viva Fry.
I don't need you wiping my ass for me. I'm a grown man. Yes, you're a big boy, aren't you, sir? Yeah, I'm a big boy. That's a big boy, sir. I'm a big boy. I took a big boy poop.
You're a big boy. So as Joe Biden heads to his big boy press conference, the Democrats absolutely shocked us here and sent in George Clooney to basically end Biden's political career. You heard that right, folks. They sent in George Clooney to do the dirty work. Now read this New York Times op-ed here that George Clooney wrote. Clown world. But the one battle he cannot win is the fight against time. None of us can. It's devastating to say it, but the Joe Biden I was with 3 weeks ago at the fundraiser was not the Joe Big Effin' Deal Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we truly live in a clown world where celebrities are the ones writing op-eds in the New York Times telling the American people that the president has to go. Welcome to Clown World. But thanks to Clown World, we get amazing memes. And here is some footage of George Clooney firing Joe Biden.
So although I wish I were here with better news, the fact is that you and I are sitting here today because this will be your last week of employment. This is not an assessment of your productivity. You gotta try not to take this personally.
Well, I just had a bad night.
So although
I could just imagine the conversations at Democrat headquarters behind Joe Biden's back, with the insiders saying, well, we don't know how to get rid of Joe Biden. What do we do? The other guy says, well, how about we get George Clooney on the phone? That is genius. Yes. And you guys want to know what the funniest part about this whole George Clooney situation is? Well, apparently this ridiculous George Clooney plan actually worked, per Zero Hedge leak here, saying that some Biden advisors discussing convincing him to step aside, per the New York Times. This actually worked. Well, folks, it's more than obvious now that things are not going very well at Joe Biden headquarters, and he's probably not even going to be the nominee in November. But now let's move things over to Trump and MAGA, who this week, Trump has been hitting the rally circuit hard and working the crowds like I've never seen before. Trump at his absolute funniest. And at a rally this week, Trump issued a challenge to Joe Biden that absolutely broke the internet. Watch this.
I'm also officially challenging Crooked Joe to an 18-hole golf match right here. On Doral Blue Monster, considered one of the greatest tournament golf courses anywhere in the world, one of the great courses of the world.
The greatest.
It will be among the most watched sporting events in history, maybe bigger than the Ryder Cup or even the Masters.
He's right.
And I will even give Joe Biden 10 strokes aside. 10 strokes, that's a lot. That means...
He's giving Biden 10 strokes. Okay.
I will even give Joe Biden 10 strokes aside. 10 strokes, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That means 20 strokes in case you don't play golf. I will give him 10 strokes aside, and if he wins, I will give the charity of his choice, any charity that he wants, $1 million.
Wow.
And I'll bet you he doesn't take the offer.
What a generous offer. $1 million to the charity of Joe Biden's choice. Now, of course, Joe Biden did not accept this request because he would get absolutely smoked by Donald Trump on the golf course. Everybody here knows it. And the Biden campaign offered this rebuttal to President Trump's challenge. We challenged Donald Trump to create jobs, but he lost 3 million. We challenged Donald Trump to stand up to Putin, but he bent the knee to him. We challenged Donald Trump to follow the law, but he breaks it. Joe Biden doesn't have time for Donald Trump's weird antics. He's busy leading America and defending the free world. What a cop-out. But you want to know what the funny thing about this is? We all watched the debate. We saw Joe Biden literally say he would play Trump in golf. Watch.
And by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag.
Play that again.
Before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag.
Look at Trump's face. Oh my God, Trump is jokes. Look at his reaction to this. Trump is the best. Of course, Biden doesn't want to play Trump. He's going to get destroyed on the golf course. He doesn't want to get embarrassed. This was just another lie of many from Sleepy Joe, the most crooked president of all time. And in our next story of the night, we're going to move things over to Canada, where it's equally as disastrous for the left up here as it is in the States for Joe Biden. It appears that Justin Trudeau is throwing his evil sidekick, Chrystia Freeland, under the bus here. Per this breaking report, the Prime Minister's office throws Freeland under the bus in a Globe and Mail report, blaming her for bad communication and suggesting Carney may take her spot. Jeff Ballingall puts this out here saying, nothing says confidence like leaking against your own finance minister. Oof. So yes, folks, apparently the lady who said to cancel our Disney Plus as a way of dealing with our terrible economy is really bad at communications. And they just figured this out now. And the L's don't stop piling up there for the Liberals this week, as a First Nations conference was happening in Montreal, And a Liberal minister went to attend this and listened to the voices of our Native brothers and sisters here in Canada, and they absolutely cook him. Watch this. It's great. This face says it all here.
Chief, so we'll go to microphone number 1, please.
You're disrespecting the historic treaties. There wouldn't be a Canada if it wasn't for our treaties. You know, you talk about nation to nation. There's a troublesome resolution. I don't even know if you look at all the resolutions. Resolution 35 dealing with treaty. We want to talk about nation to nation, you come talk to me. You don't come talk to this AFN table or whatnot. You want respect, you got to treat us the same. At least say hi on the street when I pass you. You know, and the Natural Resource Transfer Act. No, we shouldn't be struggling in our own lands. We should be the Saudis of Canada.
Wow.
Why are our people sleeping on the streets?
Drill, baby, drill.
That's not right. Our people are suffering with addictions and everything. My community's being overlooked. And if the king, if you're listening, come. And if Trudeau, if you have balls enough, come to my territory. Wow. But I'm going to pass it to...
Wow.
To back up what Chief Jacko just said, and Chief Lehman, I want to notify you, Mr. Minister, if you listen, quit being on your phone or talking and listen to us. That's what you're here for. Why are you trying to do away with our treaties where you have no business trying to terminate our treaties with the Imperial Crown? It's time, and it's time, you know, that you come and talk to the rights holders. 2016, your Prime Minister came to our nation. At that time, we invited him to come and meet with Treaties 1 to 11 rights holders. He has yet to come. Ooh. Your ministers come for 2 hours and then they take off. And the same thing looking on their phones while we're trying to address our issues with them. There's got to be respect. And the reason why our peoples are living in poverty, they're on the streets, they have addictions, they have all those mental health issues, is because what Canada has done to our peoples. You want to correct it? You need to talk to us. We are tired of you coming to this assembly where our consent is manipulated. So if you want true reconciliation, you want to have a better government-to-government relationship with us, come to Cold Lake and meet with our chiefs, who are the rights holders, not AFN.
I love her.
Thank you.
I love her. Bro, look at his face. He's getting demolished.
You refuse to listen to my community and my office, my elected office. You're ignoring my emails and my letters and my text messages to your own cell phone number. So I want to know why you're not listening to my voice and my community's voice, which I carry. And when are you going to meet with my community? I'm tired of being ignored. My community's tired of being ignored. Wow. When are you going to start listening to my community? You say you're here to listen to communities, but you're not. You're not listening to us. You're not listening to community. You're not listening to people.
It's funny, in a world of virtue signaling and land acknowledgements, that's all Trudeau is offering to the natives. I live on unceded land, clown ritual. The natives are like, hey man, let us drill. Let us make some money. Let us be independent. This is actually amazing. And of course, at a First Nations conference, the Liberals are like, we got to send an Indian to go deal with First Nations. And this is probably not the right kind of Indian. So while the Liberals got absolutely destroyed at this First Nations conference, Pierre Poilievre made an appearance and gave this speech that's going viral right now on social media, offering a message of hope to the Indigenous community, offering his vision on how he would deal with our relations. Watch.
I'm not here to run your life. I don't want to run anybody's life. I want to run a small government with big citizens, free to make their own decisions and live their own lives. This is especially true for First Nations peoples. Every one of you in this room is a leader. Every one of you knows your communities better than Ottawa does, and certainly better than I do. You draw on thousands of years of experience, while Canada has only been here for a century and a half. That's why we will get the government gatekeepers, the federal government gatekeepers, out of your way so you can do what's best for your members. My promise to all Canadians is that a common sense conservative government will axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime. This is my general commitment, but it is of particular importance to First Peoples. Axe the tax means canceling a carbon tax that is making food and groceries more unaffordable for everyone, but especially for First Nations people. Because of the remote and colder weathers that you must confront, this tax is particularly cruel and unjust, and that is why I support the Chiefs of Ontario and their judicial review to counter this unjust tax burden. But I have good news. When I am Prime Minister, the Chiefs of Ontario will not have to spend any more money on lawyers because I will axe the tax, and when I say it, I mean it.
That's how you talk to the Native American community. You offer them hope. You offer them economic freedom. You offer them opportunities, not more bureaucracy like Trudeau, or I live on unceded land on the blah, blah, blah territory. That's all pointless virtue signaling. You want to help the Indigenous community? Cut their taxes and give them good jobs. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap here for today's episode, but tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of George Clooney ending Biden's political career? Do we truly live in an absolute clown world where movie actors are the ones deciding who can't be president anymore? Tell me in the comments. Also, what'd you guys think of that Indigenous clip of our Indigenous brothers and sisters blasting the Liberals? Was that as satisfying for you to watch as it was for me? Tell me in the comments. If you guys enjoy my reports and you want to support my channel, smash the like button, share this video with your friends, drop a comment. That's super important. Tell your friends about that crazy Canadian on YouTube called the Pleb Reporter. If you want to support me even more, you could buy a membership for $5 Canadian. And Canadian dollars are practically free if you don't live in Canada. My name is the Pleb. Pierre, hit us with the outro.
Hey, good to see you. Hey, keep up the great work.
Thank you, guys. You hear that?
Keep up the great work.
Keep up the great work.
Let's bring it home.
Let's bring it home.
The Pleb.
The Pleb.
See you guys at the next one. Peace.